Welcome to the Cosmic Unity Temple with my beautiful co-host, Dorotka,
Beautiful. Back to you,
and
Sabinka.
me, Sabina. We wanted to welcome you all today, and we are starting a series that we talked about in our intro for the 2025 year. We mentioned in there us thinking about the new year and that we are the cosmic creation and we ripple out our energy and it creates in our minds four rings, and we thought about those four rings as of the seasons, different seasons. And by bringing that in, we are creating this flow that will help us remember that we're in a flow and what each season brings and what each season is inviting us to do on the spiritual journey in this material world. So we start with winter, with the realm of
Yay.
winter. And
Winter
just
is the best.
just saying, please put aside all the winter discomfort on the side. Let's focus on winter, about what nature invites us to do, because there's a reason for it. It's kind of crazy how it all links. When I was preparing for this podcast, I just realized that everything links in so beautifully, but we don't listen. We
It's
just keep on
vacation
going
for
and going
nature,
and going.
no?
Exactly.
Nature goes on vacation
And
and
winter,
it's
believe it or
allowed.
not. Yes. And and our organs are connected to it. It's fascinating information. But yes, winter.
Um, if you watch Facebook and you saw my videos, recent videos I posted, I'm talking about winter and what I do in winter, a little bit how I feel in winter. So winter is time for nature, that nature goes on vacation. What do we do? We can, through the winter, we can reflect on the whole year or reflect forward what we want to do with the year. It's the time for renewal and transformation for us. Even though on the surface it seems like nothing is happening, but there is a lot going on underneath, under the skin, let's just say, for the nature and for us. We don't hibernate, we don't fall asleep like bears in a forest, but parts of us do. We intend to stay a little bit more in a house. Days are a little shorter. We spend more time maybe on reading, hopefully, right? Or journaling, on conversation with the family, which would be great always. So we go inwards. Um, for those of you who spend time on meditation, when is that meditation more suitable? Maybe not right word to use, but it feels like staying at home during the winter, the coziness of the house. If you have fireplace, that creates extra super like warm feeling. And it kind of like turns you 180 and tells you like, um think about it, like reflect on maybe not the whole life, maybe not the whole year, but maybe on today. Maybe how was my day, how do I feel about what I was walking through today, how was my journey today, and reflect on that, and maybe a little bit what I'm gonna do tomorrow. How do I want to see my day?
Yeah, and it's for, let's say, for farmers, when winter comes, that's exactly what it is. They tell them, okay, now stop working so hard and go and rest. And so it's time to
Mm-hmm.
rest, and we are to eat root vegetables. We are, those are grounding things, legumes, which are good for
Mm-hmm.
one of the organs that we're going to be talking about today. So it's like it's time for introspection. It's time for rest. Practicing detachment that also connects to one of the emotions that connect to that organ. So it's all beautifully connected. And when we rest, when we don't think so much, that's when information comes to us. So that's
And
that time.
and our resting time, it seems a little bit longer because days are shorter, so we have less light. So winter is also about embracing the darkness, and not just darkness on the outside, because the days are shorter. We can go outside and see in a crispy sky those beautiful stars shining, or look for constellations, or we can simply go inwards again and embrace our own shadows and embrace the journey transformation, right?
Yes, there's a lot of healing opportunity during winter. And then, for those who don't know, when it's dark outside, when the sun goes to sleep on the other side of the globe, we rest, our body rests, our pineal gland is resting, and that's really needed. So when winter is here and there's not so much sunlight, it really affects our pineal gland, and that place where the information comes to us, that not information that we're sending out or gathering from the outside, but deeper information that comes to us, which helps us move to the next phase after the winter. So that's winter is just so important. Yeah,
Gives
nature
us
is very
time
wise,
to, yes,
teaches us.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's also giving us time to let go and surrender and practice patience, right? And trusting in process.
Yes.
Because we know that after winter is done and spring comes in, the new life comes in. So for us, it could be that time when in that cocoon of winter, we are sitting and brewing ideas and maybe just clearing ideas that didn't work before, and creating a space for the new to come in. So like that, sitting in the cocoon of winter,
Right.
and the spring comes and it opens, and then we bloom into the spring. And we may bloom much better if we give ourselves the time
The
to
time process all that. That's right. And I love winter. I'm a winter baby. I was born in summer, but I just feel like I love snow. What's interesting for me in the winter is that even though we don't have so much light, everything's white, and that moonlight and everything, it just reflects of that white. And it's so quiet because this blanket of snow covers all the houses and everything. And it's peaceful. To me, winter is a very peaceful season. It's a really good time to just like reflect, like you said, and go within, introspect. So yeah, so all right. So thinking about seasons, every season brings something special, and every season has either a solstice or a equinox. So in winter we have winter solstice. So wanted to bring that in, and think about if you want to do something special in winter for yourself. Think about that winter solstice. Do a little ceremony and create some wishes or anything for yourself during that season to help move to the next. And Dorotka, which organs did you wanna, are we jumping into organs, or you want to say something else?
Organs that regenerate through the winter are bladder and kidneys. So interestingly enough, we had short conversation about where which organ to what chakra and what energy center belongs in within our being. We're gonna leave that on a side, mentioning that, for example, bladder is ground chakra, so it's base chakra, but kidneys float a little bit around different ones. Based on my sources, it's the solar plexus for kidneys. So these are those two organs that are kind of taking vacation or requesting from you to take care of them during the winter.
Winter.
Yes. So bladder is we know that all the organs have meridians, so they connect through the meridians. The chakra is base chakra, color red, a musical note, C. Interesting. Negative emotions associated with bladder are anxiety, holding on to old ideas, fear of letting go, pissed off, bent out of shape. Happens?
Did you say bladder or kidneys?
This is bladder, yeah.
Bladder, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So everybody who has issues with urination
Mm-hmm.
or can't hold it in and stuff like this, these would be the emotions.
Yes. Positive emotion so that you can use or cultivate or work on relaxed, composed, release, courage, forgiveness, and surrender. And we did talk about that, surrendering to the process and trusting the process. And you can use these positive emotions in affirmations. I let go of the past and welcome the new. I forgive easily. My life is running smoothly. I am calm and composed. Choose whatever works for you. And essential oils that you can use with that is juniper, sage, or geranium. Right now, funny, without even thinking about it, I use K&B, which is kidney and bladder. That's a supplement from Young Living, and that's what I'm using right now. But there's a lot of other supplements that you can find in a different market for yourself if you wanted to help your bladder or kidney. Right. Kidneys, the same supplement. So kidneys, it's the solar plexus chakra, and the musical note is E. Negative emotions, fear of the future. You fear the future. Disappointment, criticism, failure, shame, do or die, stuck, revenge. Anybody? On positive emotion, move forward, faith, love, safety, and success. Affirmations that you could use to help your kidneys. And I just thought about kidneys and water. If you use the concept of programming, you can get a glass of water and charge positively that water that in your body later is gonna flow through your kidneys. And you can charge it with positive affirmations. I enjoy new things. I look forward to the next adventure. I am satisfied with life. I love myself and feel proud of myself for my accomplishments. I choose life. And essential oils are the same. There are blends also, but the blends are from specific company, so I'm not gonna mention those. But I would also look at the negative emotions and choose. Maybe you just feel one. Maybe you feel more, and if you feel more, grab one and see what, if you're using essential oils, which one resonates the most with you. Because as the emotion comes up, but the root of emotion could be somewhere else. So the best way to work on emotions is to go back to the root of the emotion and then choose the oil that you want to use. That's just my suggestion. And you can do however you feel that it's suitable for you. We all, even though we are all humans, we are built and raised a little bit differently. So we react to things differently, and different things are helping us navigate through our journey and release things that we want to release. Right?
Right. And we all are our best healer, and we have our own intuition. That's why it's always the best to follow your own intuition when you do the healing work. So yeah, whatever resonates with you. Yeah, so I didn't have anything on bladder, so thank you, Dorotka, for that. I'm gonna add a little bit about the kidneys. So like you said, those organs do regenerate during winter. Isn't that crazy? Your body is built, and there's this whole plan, for those kidneys to rest. So kidneys do like to, when you sleep, when you rest, when you have quiet time, that's when they regenerate. And they say like during the winter, they get the most energy. So that's when it's good to support them, to cleanse them, because they have that extra energy. So they won't get hurt or tired or something when you do detoxes and stuff like that. They say that kidneys are our willpower center, our will. So anywhere where our will is squished, that will affect our kidneys. So a great way to strengthen our kidneys is to do intention work. So when I said winter solstice, just set intentions, and it's great to do that, on a daily basis. Get up in the morning, have a few minutes for yourself, set intention for the day. You have your own will, you want to create things. So have that energy move within you, that willpower. They say that will is a gift from spirit. It's that spark that we came here with, and there's a reason why we came here with, so that we need that ability. It's also an ability to regulate our emotions, our impulses, all that stuff. So when you think about the kidneys are the organ, and bladder too, like they work with water. They are very much water. So anything that happens to our water will affect those organs. So let's
And
say
water is emotions within us, right?
Yes. So when your kidneys are working properly, and then think about this too. We have two kidneys. This is the only organ, right, in our body when there's two. So they say that they do carry the polarity within, which is very interesting. And I, like when I was just stepping into it, it seems like, okay, let's say one helps us work through the negative emotions, and then one helps us work through that positive, like there's this balance that they do. So when you think about meridians, when you look at the map of the body, usually there's like there will be 2 points of the meridians
Yes,
on
on
every
the
part of
bottom
the
of your
body.
feet,
Right.
and under your arch,
Yeah.
there are
There's
2
two.
points.
There's always 2 points, but there's mostly
Mm-hmm.
one organ, which is interesting. But kidneys have 2. So it
Yes.
kind of like communicates with that. You can talk about the masculine and the feminine energy, however you want to apply that. But there's those 2 aspects of us, like we do have that positive and the negative side, which are very, I'm not saying that in a bad or a good or bad way. It's just like there's a spectrum. There's always 2 sides to everything, every emotion, everything in our body. And then kidneys do reflect that, and they align with those meridians. So I think that's pretty fascinating.
There's
So
also kidney points here. So tapping those points, we stimulate through meridians, right?
And you can set intention. My kidneys are strong. My kidneys,
My emotions flow freely.
Right. The kidneys metabolize your water, and they say that they need the energy of water and the energy of the fire to help that metabolism be at its optimum. So where does it get that fire energy from? It gets it from the heart. The kidneys are connected through that water system to all the to all the organs in our body. But heart is the one that's connected, I guess, the strongest, and it brings that fire element in to help us metabolize that water. And then the emotions that I found in my sources that are connected to the kidneys, and in here I think about our emotional body. So like when we feel powerless, that's what it will affect that. So when you think about it, okay, your will is you don't feel like, you don't exist. Your power is missing. Higher potential is a good oil for that. Or when you have that bad feeling, like emotions, the feelings, but you have this bad feeling that also affects, like your kidneys are constantly in this stress mode, they will get affected. Gathering is a good oil for that. Then being suppressed. That's kind of obvious. You have emotions, you have will, you have whatever you have that got suppressed by, let's say, your parents. Now you have, your strength to live, to be, is suppressed. So that's that emotion. And that's juniper. And then feeling persecuted, same thing. You know, you wanted to accomplish something in one of your lifetimes. You had a great idea, you had strength, and you got persecuted for it. Another black that's created, an oil for that, valor. And then fear of love. And when it comes to fear of love, it's to be loved, to love, all of that, being lovable. And then I was trying to kind of dive into this one deeper just to understand it a little bit more. And this has to do with the attachment. So being attached. And now that links to winter, because I feel like winter is the season where we need to learn how to detach from things, okay, and have a healthy detachment, not going out as much, not partying as much, whatever that is that you're attached, like you need to keep on going. We need to have a healthy way of knowing how to detach from things. Same with humans, like, okay, I have a husband, but do I have to be with him 24/7 and have him do everything with me to function? No, we are our own will, we are our own being. We need to have that strength on our own. There's a reason why we came here, and we got to have this healthy way of knowing when to detach from things, and it's okay, and then still feel loved, still feel wanted, and self-worth and all that stuff. So that's what I wanted to bring in. They were also saying that yoga, like hip opening yoga, is great for the kidney. And then stones, right? Like crystals.
Yes.
For the stones. So this is when the conflicting things come in, because some people say kidneys are the solar plexus, some say it's the sacral. Well, let's say in my sources right now, thinking that it's the water element and sacral chakra is the womb, and that connects with the kidneys too. And that's so the stones that I wanted to mention are snowflake obsidian, citrine, sandstone, tiger's eye, which brings in that courage, that ties in with your will, moonstone, and then amber. And amber, I gotta say,
Creativity.
I have a story about amber. Be careful what you wish for. So how do you work with the stones? And I mean, some people say you can program a stone, you can tell it what you want it to do. And I remember back in the day, a long time ago, my brother was going to Poland, and Poland has a huge source of amber. We have a lot of amber because we have a sea right there. And I asked my brother, could you please bring me some amber home? And he brought me 2 different ambers, and he had it blessed with some of our healer friends over there. And I took that ember and I put it in my pillowcase underneath the pillow, and I asked it to heal my sacral chakra. Oh my God, people. I mean, this is the only time that I've experienced something with a stone on that level. And I'm not saying that others don't do it. I didn't really have, I didn't feel so connected with the stone, not doing it like this or asking it. But I ended up in bed with such a bad headache and such a bad pain in my legs for one day that I couldn't even get up. It's like, what is going on? And then I realized, oh my God, I asked for healing. And I was receiving all these visions of when in one lifetime, all this rubble tumbled down on me, on my legs, and I couldn't get up and I couldn't walk and I died. And so like all these things were coming in. So this is how you can work with the stones or with the amber. But as I said, be careful what you wish for. They can be pretty powerful. Yes, I just wanted to mention.
It was in a beginning of my journey with essential oils. I was standing in front of the window looking out, and I was debating on which oil I'm going to use today. And I was going like this, which one of you do I need today? Very simple. And then I see this pink bright label that geranium has, this beautiful, vibrant color. And I'm like, wow, geranium. I love how it smells. So I wasn't opposed to using it. But then the same color showed up on my adrenals, because my next question was, for what? And my adrenals light up with the same color. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Doing a detox is great. just remember that detox regimen has its sequence, and to do it the healthy way, first we have to cleanse the colon and then allow the filters of our body really.
Right. So you don't flush something and then it doesn't have
Yeah,
a way to get out because other
yeah,
places are. Yeah, that's a good point.
absolutely.
Like we said, in the beginning of this year, definitely our things will come up. Things that
Mhm.
we were working through, that were dominant emotionally, like with us. Um, I feel like I need to bring even more peace to my being, or I brought a lot of peace, but right now, and on a collective level, probably we can feel this because there's just so much going on. So we will be more irritated, and that's gonna add to our sensitivity. Like let's say water, like you said, water, we are all water. It doesn't mean if we have that element or if it's our dominant element or not, but we all have so much water. So we will feel things
Mm.
if we allow ourselves to feel them. And if we don't, like, it can be frozen, shut down, or boiling up or storming like crazy. So there's just like whatever happens in the air, we will pick up on it. And I always did since I was a kid. So I'm just glad that I know that because I don't think I'm
Yeah,
crazy anymore. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's just so much and I mean, yes, like, even kids feel all of this. I think it's going to be affecting us a lot because, we all have households, we all have relatives, we all live with them. Even if we feel better in a place, the others might feel things more strongly, and that's going to affect us. And it's just like, I think this year is going to be like big training time, just stay calm through it all, allow it, feel it, um, and be
So,
grateful for it.
yes, so what can we do to bring more peace?
But what I like to do, so I guess in any healing practice, right? We learn how to connect with our heart energy. That's usually what I do. Like if I'm sometimes I will wake up in the morning and I'm just have that, I don't know, bad feeling or like this uneasiness. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, where is that coming from? Is it me? Is it something else? But sometimes it's really intense. And I will just connect with my space of my heart and that source energy, that warmth, and just sit in that until the other feeling goes away. And always bring that or I think it's also good just to focus on the things that you love doing, because then your focus isn't on the negative, it's on the positive. I
Yes,
think that works best for me. It's just like I'm focused on what I'm going, what I'm doing, what I need to do, and then the outside things don't affect me as much. I mean, it
yes.
depends. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm Cancer, so let's say on the Cancer moon, I felt it. I really did feel that moon. The last one, I
Yes.
didn't, but the moon one, I did feel. And I was just like,
Mm.
my patience was really low.
Ah,
Being
yeah.
aware
So
of that.
to feel peaceful, we can, as you mentioned at the beginning, create, I know not everybody like to use that word, but sort of ritual, our own
Mhm.
ritual. What feels right for me to do for myself to bring more ease. If you're working through releasing, if you're working on releasing negative emotions, obviously there is tons of it in the air globally. Um, Perhaps
Cosmically, right?
anger, resentment, disappointment, whatever comes up. It doesn't matter what a negative emotion it is. When we are overwhelmed, I think mostly important is not to hold it in, not
Mhm.
to hold it, or what
Not to
I
analyze it, right? Because you
not
gotta
to
you gotta tap
analyze
into
it.
it on
Yes,
some level. Just okay,
when
this is what I'm feeling, but
yes,
not stay with it, like not
mm-hmm.
become it.
You can name it.
Yeah, yeah.
What I learned to do is give the name to what I'm feeling exactly, and tell myself that it's okay to feel like that. and just, okay, I got you. I know how you look like. I know how you feel like now. Just pass on. Okay, see ya. However you want to do that. I just did it like that. I'm like,
Sometimes it's good to like voice it out in your house, let's say,
yes.
because these are the moments when conflicts arise, and I've been teaching these, my kids this and stuff. It's like, okay, if you're feeling like this, be aware that you're affecting other people, and let's just say, I need more space today. And I will do that. I will do that. I'll be like, I'm sorry, I'm just overwhelmed or whatever that is, and I
I'm
need
angry today.
space. And
Yeah.
and
Step aside.
and that's being emotionally intelligent. It's like, honor how you feel, okay? Honor your own feelings. Honor that you are perceptive and that your water is soaking in other things. Honor that and give yourself what you need, versus
Exactly.
don't push
And then,
yourself
yes.
too much, because then when things are not going good and the energy is heavy and you're pushing, bad things happen.
Yeah.
You should not be, in my
Yeah.
experience, things just don't work. Like, we are not in a place where that creative energy is present. There's something else that's present, and it's just not, not a good time. And it's not that, I'm not doing this, but like, like we were saying, there's the season. There's planet conjunctions, there's this happening, and it's like sometimes it's just not the moment for anything, and we gotta feel that, and okay, that's our guidance. This is how we flow. This is those seasons that we go through. There's this
Right.
flow. We gotta listen to that, and that's when things align, then you get seven things done at once.
Right.
The one was waiting. That's okay. It's
Keep your
okay.
water clean anyway, right?
Yeah.
Let it be, let yourself acknowledge and let it go. Acknowledge
Yeah.
and let it go. And find a way that is the easiest for you to let go. Like, I was using essential oils and I could really feel them physically in my body, moving through and allowing me to work with emotions. Was everything like okay right away? No, we work through things. And sometimes it takes translation of what we experience. And I would go for a walk because that's when I could have that space, and my mind was relaxed enough that I could translate to myself, this is not what it is. Sometimes we experience something and it's really not as big, but in our mind, because it connects with chain of events that happened in the past, we kind of create that big ball of boom, because right now we arrived at the moment where that emotion will no longer fit in our pot and it just explodes. So give yourself, I always say, give yourself 5 minutes to cry and then put your pens up and keep moving forward, because it's no use to be stuck in one place with one thing. Do the best you can with releasing it with whatever sources you have. And sometimes it takes energy session, may seem like a little thing, and that energy work or essential oils, oh, how does that help? It helps a lot if you allow yourself the time for yourself and use those tools and use the help. And if you don't want, journaling is great. I love journaling, and I don't journal every day, like, to the T. I journal when I need it. I journal when I feel like I have to move through something. And
yeah, because we feel that, this year will bring a lot of that for everybody. I mean, and it's good to just find whatever you like doing. Like Dorotka likes to move. She goes on walks. Me, oh no, I will not go for a walk in the way. I will take a nap. That's
that's
how
good
I
too.
regenerate. I go and I take a nap, and usually I have some good dreams. I get some guidance. Or taking a bath. Bath is amazing. A shower, when that water is cleansing you, then we thank the water. And have your Palo Santo, sage, or whatever. I
Oh,
always,
sage.
have those things
Yes.
with me and do that and just give yourself a second or two, like breathe,
Yeah,
breathe. You know that it's
definitely.
something that we need.
Self-care is the best
Slow
healthcare.
down, slow down,
Hmm.
people.
Yeah, it's
Talking to
winter.
myself too. Slow down. It's winter. We love. Thank you, Winter, for your
Mhm.
teachings.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is wisdom in every season, and we want to bring that wisdom to you in every season and how we move through the season. So we hope that you found something in today's podcast that it's useful for you. Please watch our podcast, like and share. And if you have any questions, we welcome those. Post them always underneath of our videos, and we'll be more than happy to answer them for you. You can also connect directly with Sabina or myself if you wish for a deeper connection. Thank you so much, and see you next time.